Hey guys, today we're doing a video with the Yamaha R3 battery. This is a YTZ8V part number battery. That's the reference number. This one we just had in the R3, but we had it for about, I think, just about a year. Actually, almost 2 years. Anyways, the battery is no longer holding a charge properly. We only used it a handful of times, but I guess it degraded from sitting into the R3. It's interesting though, because I guess the 2019 R3 has a little bit more electronics in there, which causes, I believe it causes a slow drain. So then within the 2 years of it sitting, we rode it a handful of times during that time, but it just degraded the battery, or this is just a bad battery. But if you have this issue with your R3, then you might want to stick it onto a tender every few months. But yeah, so now we're only getting 10 volts. My chargers don't charge this. I had to do direct power. I could get it up to about 12 volts, but then once I let it sit for like a day, it drops back down to 10. So there's likely some bad cells in here, or pouches, I think is what they call it, or sections. But anyways, so that's no longer good. And we paid, at the time, we paid about a little, like $100 for this, and we bought it through Nichols motorcycle shop in Milpitas. But I guess I don't know, maybe I can't recommend this brand, Firepower, just because it only lasted 2 years. I have a battery in my other motorcycle. It sits there for a year at a time, and it's at least 4 years old now. That's still holding charge just fine. So don't know, but that's what happened to that battery. So now we got this new one. It's a Mighty Max. I've had some other batteries with the same brand, and they've been around, I think they've been around for quite a while, so I have more hope with this one. So we'll give this one a shot. And it was around, I think, like $35 when I bought it on Amazon. So if you're looking for a budget battery, I recommend trying this one out, and I'll link this in the description if you want to get the same one for your R3 or any other motorcycle that uses the same part number, which is the YTZ8V. So anyways, I just popped it open right now. It has these caps on it. Take that off, and then we'll just compare it to the other one. Pretty much the same size, different, like the housing brand or manufacturer is slightly different, but it's pretty much the same layout. And then I just want to test the voltage. I'm going to see what it sits at during shipping. So 12.4 is the bare minimum. You ideally want it higher than that, so let's see what they give it to us at. 12.8, so that's pretty good. I might just top it off on the charger before I throw it into R3. But yeah, pretty standard, spill proof. Actually, it feels lighter. Feels a little bit lighter than the Firepower, so I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but the build itself is pretty standard. Nothing, no concerns there. But yeah, we'll charge it up, throw it in. I just want to show you guys the battery itself, but Mighty Max battery. And then I guess in this video we'll include it. We'll do it all together. In this video, I'll also do the how to install the battery into your R3, your 2019, I think, to 2024 R3. So we'll do a battery install for that. Okay, so we're at the bike. I already took out the battery, so we're just gonna work backwards. But what you're gonna need is a Phillips, a 8mm, like so, and a 4mm Allen. These are the tools that you'll need. I don't know if there's a tool bag that comes with this bike, but we don't have one, so this is what you're going to need. Or if you have like what we keep in the bike is a multi-tool, like so, and we just drop it in under the passenger seat. So then once you open the passenger seat, you get to this tool. I'll actually link this in the description if you want to buy one, because this comes in handy if you don't have a factory toolkit. But for now, we'll just use these. So we already have the battery out. I'm going to be working backwards, so then if you are going to want to remove your battery, just do this in reverse. But so here's the battery. And what I do, since we run a battery tender, it raises the screw just a little bit, and it's a little hard to reach the nut when you're installing it. So then I just stick a little bit of cardboard under there. Do this at your own risk. I don't know if it's safe or not. I've been doing this to all my bikes, and I don't have any issues myself, but just make sure you do some research or do it at your own risk. But put a little bit of cardboard under there just to keep the nut as high as it can inside that post, so then when I put the screw in, it could easily grab it. So we got that. And then what you're gonna do, you have this foam in here. Keep that foam in place, move the cables out of the way, and then drop it in. You go the bottom side first, like so. Push that battery in there, make sure the foam is in the right spot, like that. And then you have this strap here, the rubber strap with the loop on the top, and then there's a hook over on the plastic of the battery. It should be pretty easy to clip in. And there's like a little bump here for you to grip onto. I think you can also use a screwdriver through the hole, but I did it pretty easily. And then now you have your ground cable on one side, your power on the other, or your positive 12 volt. But since we're running the battery tender cable, in this case it didn't work for me because the battery died anyways. But you have your battery screw. I go with the battery tender first, and then through the stock. Oh shoot! Through the stock cable. All right, I dropped that. I'm gonna need a magnet for that. So having a magnet comes in handy in cases like this. Get that screw back out. Let's do it again. Like so. Screw that down. Now you get it a little tight with the Phillips, but I like to finish it off with my 8mm because you get a lot more grip there when you're torquing it down. So I'll get in there with the 8mm, give it that little bit more of a turn there so it doesn't come loose on me. And then we'll do the same for the 12 volt side, the positive side. And the positive side has this boot, so then you just pull that boot back a little bit. Do the same thing. Okay. Get that tightened down. And then again, come in there with the 8mm. Torque it just a little bit. You don't want to go too hard on that because you could strip the nut on it. So just give it a little good snug turn. And then now we're going to do the seat. The seat goes on. So there's a tab in the front, and that slips under the frame right here. So we go with that, the front first. Push it forward. And then I like to pull it up, make sure that it's actually hooked up under there, and then the rear, you should be able to see the holes line up there. So with that, you're gonna have these two 8mm. And these you could, if you have the seat in the right position, you could run that bolt in by hand almost until it's snug. Like that. And then when I remove this, I use my impact gun, but I just want to show you that it is possible just with basic tools, and it doesn't take too long either. So give it a good tighten there, and then now you have this plastic cover. So this one goes just like that. You just drop it straight down. There's little tabs here on the ends, and that will go into the fairing right there. Both sides. So slip that into place. And then the top of it, there's also a little tab that will go behind the fairing here, so make sure you get that in. And you're gonna have to remove this because this covers the bolts for the seat. But after that, you're gonna use this coarse threaded 4mm socket head cap, socket head cap, I think is what it's called. Or sorry, button head. There you go. Tighten that down, and that's this doesn't have to get torqued down too much at all. But after that, the rear seat goes on, and the rear seat, same thing. The front will hook first, so the seat goes like that, and then the rear has this part that clips into the latch system. So same thing, go with the front first. So it goes down, and then I push forward after. Like so, and then you hear it latch. Give it a good lift, so just make sure it's secure, and that's it. So that's the battery installed and the bike put back together. Let's see, I'll do that all the way. So that's pretty much it, and then I guess I'll show you guys the keys already out, so or out of the rear seat. So here, power it on, nice. And then we'll start it up, and there's the battery change. But pretty easy to do. Just basically you need 3 tools to swap out the battery on the R3. Thanks for watching.